Hi, I'm Kathy Felix, and I would like to share how it came that I attend St. James and how this has helped me beyond words. My journey to St. James started even before I realized I would be attending. My journey here started when my husband became sick back at the end of February 2024 and ended up with a bacterial infection which attached itself to his mitral valve. He ended up getting an artificial valve replacement. After a month in the hospital, was sent home to recover. He was on his way to healing, and the doctors felt he needed to go back to work, so they released him. He went back for a few weeks, and he just couldn't work. He returned to the doctors, and they said he had gone back to work too early, put him off work July 3rd to return on July 23rd. The doctor said he would be healthy and strong by July 23rd. Well, he collapsed at our home on July 16th and never came to and passed away on July 20th. The day he passed away, my granddaughter Jacqueline flew home from a St. James church trip. She came straight to the hospital to say her goodbyes. We talked on the way home. I was telling her how lost I was and wanted to know if Grandpa John really went to heaven, so I would know in my heart, my soul, that I would get to see him again. A few weeks went by. I felt myself getting in a dark place, a really dark place. That is when I decided to go to one service at St. James because Jacqueline found a lot of help attending the youth group. I looked at St. James online, looked up information about the Lutheran religion, and decided I needed to do something for myself. The church John and I had attended for years and years hadn't reached out to me not one time. I felt that just wasn't the right avenue for me to go back to. So the morning of August 4th, I got up and set out to go to one, possibly two times. I wasn't sure that is what I needed. All I knew is I needed to find out if John truly went to heaven and if I was going to make it through all the grieving. I got to the church, parked my car, and was walking in, and all these people started saying, "Good morning, good morning." The greeter at the door was smiling at me. She said good morning. Then during the service sharing part, "Peace be with you," I can't remember how many people came up to me, welcomed me, saying they had never seen me here before. I got to do communion, and I really enjoyed the service. When service was over, several people came up to me. They told me they hoped I came back next week, or that I would see them on another Sunday. Well, I went home, the work week passed, and I was feeling like I needed to go back. Then the second week, I went into the church, and people were actually coming up to me saying, "Hey, you made it back. This is your second week. We're so glad you're here." A couple of people came up, asked me where I lived and where I used to attend. I found out they were the same as me. Lots of people were raised Catholic and then for a while went to Methodist. Then they found a good fit, St. James. After the second time going, I thought this may be a good fit for me too, but I wasn't sure. So I continued going, and then one Sunday after service, Kathy, a person at the church that made sure to say hi to me every day, came up to me every day, gave me a hug. I asked her about the Sunday schools. I now go to the same one she attends. Lucinda leads it. Lucinda is so knowledgeable, so wonderful, never makes you feel like you've asked a dumb question. It's so awesome. I'm learning so much. I met Emily at church also, and then afterwards we go to the same grocery store and we met in an aisle. She was wonderful. She listened to me and we exchanged cell phone numbers. Once I realized I felt comfortable there, I signed up to be part of a dinner group. I was like, what have I done? That was outside my box, going to a stranger's house without everyone being a couple. I was afraid, here we go, third wheel. Everyone in the group has been welcoming, and I didn't feel like a third wheel at all. Diane and Doug, they hosted the first dinner party, and they were really terrific. After the dinner, Diane and I talked. Now, when we get the chance, we sit together at church. This gave me a little bit more confidence. So I signed up for greeter and usher. Things were going great everywhere. Everyone was so friendly, everyone was so helpful, they made me feel at home. Then it hit me, I realized, while this was all helping me with my grief, I still didn't know for sure if John went to heaven. I sort of felt like he must be, but I still wasn't 100% sure, even after how everyone was treating me. So then, after service one day, I went home, completed the application to be a member. I knew I would have to talk one-on-one with Pastor Andrew, and I thought that's what I needed to do. The best talk I have had since John's passing. All he did was let me talk and talk. Then he looked right at me after I went on for over 45 minutes, and he said, I want you to know, there is no doubt John is in heaven. Then I attended for a couple more months, listening to Pastor Andrew and Pastor Libby in the services. And then after meeting Pastor Andrew, all of a sudden it hit me. Wow, John is in heaven and I'm gonna get to see him again. I was so excited. Though I'm not a member yet, I'm just waiting for the next member class. I started signing up for every activity I could. I donated bikes for the kids. I went to the apple picking. I went to the church picnic. I met so many more people at the picnic. And I got to take mine and John's love, Jackie, who was our little English bulldog. Then I did Santa's breakfast, helped all these kids decorate cookies. Didn't know I was such a cookie connoisseur, but anyways. Every event I was going to, I was getting to meet more and more people. Then I took a big chance and wrote a paper for the Advent devotional. Sharing my personal feelings has never been my strong suit. That really helped me. And Pastor Libby, she gave me encouragement through the entire process. Since I wrote that, I felt more and more like I could share at the church, like I hadn't been able to share with other places. And I had met a group of people that really cared about me. I felt like I had a second family, my church family. Going to the Advent weekly dinners on Wednesdays and then service after, that was great. My church family just keeps growing and growing and getting bigger and bigger. I am so thankful for everyone here at St. James. I feel like I am already a member of the St. James family, and becoming an actual member is only a formality. I'd like to thank everybody.